My name is Fred Adams from Stencil-Tech Concrete, and I'm going to be showing you how to install stencil concrete. Now, every good installation starts with your preparation, so doing all your groundworks prep. We will be doing a dedicated video on that soon, but just understand that we need to install any residential spec driveway to a minimum specification of 4 inches of hardcore, 4 inches of fibre mesh reinforced concrete. That will take 28 tons. Then it comes down to setting all your formwork up and all that aspect, which again, there'll be a dedicated video to that coming very soon. So starting off, we like to get our screed bars out and actually screed the surface of the concrete to all falls, so we know we've typically got a nice, consistent fall coming away from the house whenever possible. Of course, it's not always possible to do that, so whenever we've got falls coming back to the property, we always like to incorporate ACO drainage, so that again we don't have any issues with dampness or moisture getting into the brickwork. But once all the screeding and all the levels are set, it's then time to get your magnesium trowel and then your ball flow on the surface to start polishing the surface of that concrete, getting it ready to take your stencils. So once we're at the stage where all the edging's done, the surface is smooth, we're then going to always start by applying our border stencils like you see in this video. You always start with the borders first because it gives you a lovely clear cut line to be able to put your centre stencils in, your feature stencils. So always start with the border. Now you only trowel the stencils in just into the surface of that concrete, so that when it comes time to remove those stencils, it doesn't chip. If you put them in too deep, especially when you've got fibre mesh reinforced concrete, it can cause chipping, so don't put them in too deep. Now on this project, it was possible for us to stand either side of the slab of concrete and place those stencils in, which makes it a dream on any installation. Very fast, very quick application, but it's not always possible to do that. So sometimes you've just got to step in the concrete, take your magnesium trowel with you, and actually lay the stencils in as you go, troweling your footprints out. Or sometimes you might be able to lay the awkward part first and then lay the stencils as you come back. But once the stencils are in place, it's then time to apply your colour surface hardener. Now we've got over 30 colours available in this product. We always recommend to install at least 2 coats of colour surface hardener on your slab of concrete, depending on what decorative finish you're trying to achieve. On this one, we are going to be doing a spray applied surface on this, so that it's got more of a non-slip texture because the driveway is on quite a heavy slope. But you always trail your first initial layer in so it's nice and smooth. Always top it up where you've got some grey spots where the cement might be showing through, to get a good consistent coverage. Once that is complete, you then want to go around all your detail sections. Like in this video, we've actually incorporated a step or a platform. So we've mixed up our polymer modified cement. We're now buttering up the face and the sides of the steps, so we've got a beautiful crisp line to work to, troweling it lovely and smooth, basically getting it ready to take our texture, which is going to be applied momentarily. Now once you're sure you've got a beautiful crisp finish and all those little awkward areas, your edging's done, your steps are ready to go, give the concrete a little bit of time to set before walking on it with what we call our power floating shoes, so you're not putting any prints into the surface. Now mixing up again our polymer modified cement with the colour surface hardener, and then using our texture gun, hopper gun, we're going to speckle a stipple finish on the surface, which is going to give you that lovely granite texture, which is going to be very, very non-slip, which is always an incredibly desirable finish for any customer, especially during the winter months when it gets icy. Your customers are going to love this brick finish. As soon as we show a customer a summer non-slip texture, that's the only one they want after that. But once that's applied, give it a good amount of time to set. This is during the winter months over here in the UK where we're doing this system, so it gets dark at about 4 o'clock, so we did have to wait around a little bit longer to actually pull these stencils out, but they still come out beautiful. The longer you can leave a stencil installation before pulling the stencils out, the more of a crisp joint you get. It's slightly polished, it just looks really precise and lovely. So leave the stencil in as long as you can, but without leaving it too long, especially during the summer months, because if you do leave them in too long, you are going to get issues with chipping. So you're moving them off, taking them off section at a time, while also ensuring that you do not walk on the chips that come off the stencils. If you walk on those, they're going to crush into the surface of the concrete, and you are going to have repairs to do when you come back, which there's always repairs with any decorative concrete installation. You never get a decorative concrete installation perfect on the day, but obviously we do want to reduce the amount of repairs as much as possible. So keep that in mind when you're doing your installation, and remember, the Stencil-Tech technician is always just a phone call away. When you use the Stencil-Tech products, you also get the support of the Stencil-Tech team. So if you ever need any advice, give us a call or drop us an email, and we're always there to help. Now, 24 hours to 48 hours after installation, it's time to incorporate your expansion joints. Every 10 to 15 square meters is recommended, but we also incorporate them off of the corner of manhole covers, always off the corner of a house, because it always tries to crack off the corner of a house, unfortunately. And like you see in this video, whenever possible, we do like to try and incorporate them into the design as often as we can, because we just want to make them as inconspicuous as possible. So once all the cleaning started, you're going to keep your jet wash on that and get rid of all of that sort of sandy material that comes out from the joints or from the expansion joints. Clean it off, get everything absolutely spotless, get the walls clean, get the road clean. You want to have the whole project basically finished by this day, so that when you come back to do your detailing and all your, shall we say, wet trade, you don't want to be jet washing again, because you cannot get the surface wet when it comes time for applying your acrylic resin sealer. So this is what it was like. We was unfortunately not unable to get the imagery of the sealing going on, but we always apply 2 coats of your acrylic resin sealer on the surface, leaving half hour in between coats to make sure that we get a good adhesion and to get a good consistent seal. Sometimes we also like to back roll it with a sponge roller, just to make sure that we've got a good consistent layer of sealer on there. But once you've got the driveway sealed, your customer is going to have a beautiful decorative concrete installation that's going to be low maintenance, non-slip, very beautiful and appealing, something that's going to stand the test of time, suitable for highway traffic. So for a residential driveway, this is, shall we say, overkill for what someone would need, but that's how we like it. We like to install everything that we do above and beyond people's expectations, so that when we come back 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, to show our potential next customer another beautiful installation, they'll look at this job and they'll think, wow, no weeds, no sinking, the colour's still beautiful, and no cracks. So remember, for your next decorative concrete installation, or if you're interested in getting involved in the decorative concrete system, be sure to contact Stencil-Tech for our training courses, our franchise opportunities, and for, of course, our installation business. If you're in the market for a decorative concrete installation, the stencil system, in my opinion and many of our customers' opinions, is the only way forward. Thanks for watching.